Hey, what's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we are looking at the Stanley Cup Game 1. We have the Lightning at the elite Colorado Avalanche. So the Lightning have won the last two Stanley Cups. Very experienced team. They've won 4-2 and 4-1. Can they win 3 years in a row? That's what we're going to get into. So betting markets are not predicting that the Avalanche are going, or that the Lightning are going to win. The Avalanche are minus 175 favorites to win the Stanley Cup on Caesars, and the Lightning are plus 155. So if we throw that into a zero vig odds calculator, essentially betting markets kind of across the spectrum are implying that the Avs are roughly 60 to 65% to win the Stanley Cup. So I don't have a money line bet for Game 1, but you can see the best price currently on the Tampa Bay Lightning, their underdogs in Colorado, is plus 140 on Caesars Sportsbook. So lines have actually been moving slightly towards the Lightning over the course of the past few days. On the other hand, the best price you can get on the Avalanche is minus 147 on CoolBet, so a Canadian sportsbook. Again, OddsJam will show you, it will highlight for you the best odds that you can get for any wager you want to place. And of course, as a sports bettor, this is the whole reason we created OddsJam, is to show you where you can get the best line, because at the end of the day, getting terrible prices is ultimately how you lose money as a sports bettor. It doesn't matter what sport you're betting on. If you're placing bets at plus 120 on Bet99, when another sportsbook in your state is offering you plus 140 odds, then you are not going to be a profitable sports bettor long term. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get into my bet for today. So I don't have a money line bet, but I do have a player prop bet that I like. So I'm on MacKinnon to score a goal. So obviously probably the best player playing in the Stanley Cup Finals. And if we take a look at the current odds that sportsbooks are offering for MacKinnon to score a goal, we can see DraftKings Sportsbook, they're only giving you plus 125, right? Caesars is giving us plus 145. And Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest bookmaker, the most efficient betting market, they're only giving us plus 119. Right? So we're getting a lot of value on Caesars Sportsbook, which again is really all that matters in the long run as a sports bettor, right? We're getting, 26 cents of improvement from Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest bookmaker on Caesars Sportsbook. So we're able to get great value on Caesars, and this bet has a profit margin of 4.21%. So again, the OddsJam Positive EV page, really all it's doing is scanning all these markets for you, right? Like NBA player props, NBA futures, everything for you to try to show you the few bets that are actually mathematically profitable enough to cover the juice, cover the vig. So what we'll do is we'll go over to Caesars Sportsbook, and we can see MacKinnon to score a goal, plus 145 on Caesars, currently the best odds you can get across the market and pretty insane value. No other sportsbook is giving you better than plus 125. So you can see this is the top row, right? So the way the OddsJam Positive EV page works, you see the top row, that's where the positive percent is. So you just scroll along, you look for the bet in bold, which is Nathan MacKinnon to score a goal, plus 145 on Caesars. This is the sharp, mathematically profitable positive EV bet that we want to lock in, right? 4.21% edge. So I do really like this bet. So let's go ahead, let's lock it in for tomorrow. So we have Nathan MacKinnon to score a goal. They're going to review it, and we'll add this to our sheet. I'm going to assume they're going to take it, right? So essentially, this percent column is just your profit margin, right? This is the profit margin of your wager. In the same way people say the profit margin of the stock market is 8% a year over the long run, this is the profit margin of your bet. If you were to bet on Nathan MacKinnon to score a goal in this game through 10,000 simulations, you'd have a profit margin or an ROI of 4.21%. So you can see right here, we have MacKinnon to score a goal, 4.21% edge, profit margin, whatever you want to call it. The stake is $250. So our EV, or our profit margin quantified in dollars, is just your profit margin as a percent multiplied by your stake. So this bet has 1053 in edge, in profit margin, as a sharp, profitable sports bettor would say. So this percent column is just kind of equivalent to, the profit margin. So we can see if Caesars takes it, and they do take it. We have MacKinnon to score a goal, earn $72 in rewards credits as well. We've said this before, but these reward credits are pretty cool because, you can kind of get all these, online reward credits that you can convert to cash and stuff like that. So if we have 1,500, I think that's 15 bucks. So pretty cool when you're playing on a lot of these sports books in the US or Canada. They'll give you, these reward points as a way to keep coming back to their platform. So I went ahead, I hit that bet. I'm going to go ahead and add it to my OddsJam bet tracker, and a little green check mark will show up. So after you click a plus button, you can add a bet to your bet tracker, which is a really cool free feature of OddsJam. And essentially the bet tracker will show you your net profit. It'll show you your ROI, but it will also show you a very important number in sports betting, which is how often are you beating the market? How often are you beating the closing line, right? So if you are consistently beating the closing line, you're going to make money in the long run as a sports bettor, right? So you want this number definitely above 50%. The best sports bettors can get it above, 70%, some of them. So the higher you can get this number, the better. What I like to do kind of at the end of every day is just look through all of the bets I've had open the previous few days and just be like, okay, where did I beat the closing line? Where did I not beat the closing line, right? Because if we just go ahead and we look at like betting history and we go to settled bets, like you'll have win streaks, you'll have losing streaks as a sports bettor. Stuff like that is inevitable. You'll win a few bets in a row, a few parlays in a row, whatever. But what really matters is, are you consistently beating the market? Are you consistently beating the closing line, right? Because if you're beating the closing line, every sports bettor has down streaks, you have hot streaks, right? It's really just about being data driven and consistently beating the market, and you'll continue to realize those profits in the long run. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Best bet currently available on OddsJam for the Stanley Cup. We also have some, I'm not even sure what sport this is, the Toronto Astronauts. But anyways, there's two other NHL plays. They're slightly lower EV. We have Stamkos under 2.5 shots on goal, and then another shots on goal player prop. So if you want a little more sweat on game one of the Stanley Cup, I do like Stamkos under 2.5 shots on goal, but I think I'm going to hold off for now. So one bet, $10 in profit margin. Again, it's really a volume game. Place as many bets as possible, all with a mathematical edge. You're not going to win every bet, but over the course of the long run, because you have the edge over the sports book, you're going to make money as a sports bettor, right? That is what positive EV, profitable, sharp, whatever you want to call it, sports betting is about. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and let's make some freaking money on the Stanley Cup.